Hi everyone. So I'm just going to quickly go over the task list that I sent out to everybody. I thought I would do it in a spreadsheet form so that everything was housed in one place, um, and it would be easy to access. And I've just sort of been adding to it every few days as ideas pop into my head. But if you have any questions or if you feel like I'm missing something that other hub sites should be aware of, just quickly send me an email, and I appreciate that feedback, so that this is as easy and seamless as possible. I really am cognizant of how busy you all are, and I really don't want to make any extra work for you. So if you've got a question, odds are another host site possibly has that question as well. So feel free to reach out to me. So I have given everybody access to the spreadsheet link, and each area that you're in has their own separate tab. So we've got the Nipissing Hub, the Terrace Bay Hub, Marathon Hub, Manitouwadge Hub, and Geraldton Hubs. So please really only work within your own hub tab. There's no reason for you to be in anyone else's tab. The information is the same, but as people begin to populate their sheet, you don't want to get the information mixed up. So please click within your hub. So these are the general tasks that I kind of outlined as things that need to be taken care of prior to the event on May 31st. So the first task that needs to be sort of ticked off is the daycare services. So you're probably looking at having, say, possibly a staff member and some senior students volunteering to have that in possibly your library or in a safe space. Think about different activities and toys that maybe could be brought up into the space to entertain the kids while their parents and guardians are at the event. And make sure that there is an adult nearby on hand to sort of oversee it. Everyone has access to their own hub welcome slideshow. So this is important, again, that you're only working within your own hub tab, because we don't want you populating pictures of your lovely students and staff for an area that's not going to have any clue to where these students are coming from. So each hub area has their own slideshow. And if you click on your link, it gives you access. So here's the Nipissing Hub. So this is for all the schools in the towns of Nipissing, Red Rock, and Dorian. And so we are asking that each school populate 5 slides, and that you ensure that your school name or logo is on each slide. And again, we want to celebrate the joy in our schools, so it's up to you what pictures you include. But also, I don't need to remind you, but I will say it just to make sure that we are all on the same page, that this slideshow will be presented prior to the presentation on May 31st. It will also be used after the fact publicly, so make sure that all of your students have the Freedom of Information signed. If you do not have a student who has that paperwork signed, please do not include them in the slideshow, because we will be sharing it publicly. Okay, and each one of the hub sites has their own separate slideshow, so it's important, again, that you stay within your own hub. It is up to somebody at the hub site. So we have our 5 host sites, and they are Geraldton Composite High School, George O'Neill Public School, Lake Superior High School, Marathon High School, and Manitouwadge High School. They've been selected in consultation with Superior North Catholic as the host sites. So each one of those host sites has up to $300 max to spend on food and refreshments. We are not asking for this to be complicated. We're not serving them dinner. This is light refreshments, a little snack prior to the event. So it is up to each hub site to decide what they want to offer, but the maximum would be $300. And I'm asking that each hub site, whoever's in charge of the food, if you could scan the receipts to me and send them to me either that day or as soon as you purchase the food, because I would like to get to work on this report as soon as the event is done. And I'd rather not wait for the financial report from the board. So if you could just send the original receipts as you would to the board office to be reimbursed, but of course, please send me a copy of the receipts just so I can start crunching numbers. You're going to want someone to help you with refreshment setup. So, again, very simple, some tables, maybe some tablecloths, making sure you've got the cutlery, everything like that, but nothing fancy. This is just light refreshments. At the end of the evening, we are asking the student ambassadors to help administer the exit survey. The exit survey has been done on a Google form. I am just waiting for some final feedback to share that in each one of the hub tabs. But we are going to be doing that hopefully through the students that evening, that we get the majority of our parents and guardians filling in that exit card at the end of the session. So we would like to have 10 students for each hub site, representing each one of our boards. If they could be in their school jerseys so that we know who they are, that would be great. And then they are going to need, each one of those students is going to need a fully charged iPad. So that will be up to each board to make sure their students have a proper jersey that represents their school, as well as an iPad. Okay. There's also going to need to be someone to do an introduction at each one of the hub sites, just welcoming the parents and the guardians to the event before we get started. So you might want to draw straws for that, but nothing huge and complicated, just welcoming the parents. I have provided lots of social media for you. Two specifically, I've linked right in the document. So there is a general social media image that you can use. It just talks in like the whole event, but there's one specific to each hub as well. So it lists the actual hub site for your area, the host site, and details. So you can click on the link, download the image, and then throw that. Please use that on your Twitter accounts, your school social media, Facebook accounts, your parent newsletters, as well as anything else you use to access communication with your parents. The physical posters about the event should be distributed within the communities this week. We have Carrie from Superior North and her team are going to distribute the posters in the communities as well. So if you don't see any posters, please let me know and we'll make sure that those areas get posters. Again, we need 10 fully charged iPads from each board for the students, the ambassadors. So please make sure those are charged and ready to go. Just general information I've already had sent out to you. I've linked it in the tab here if you need any further clarification. If you are going to be taking pictures, and we do welcome that, of the student session in the afternoon, as well as the evening session of your family and school community, sharing a cup of coffee, or the audience, or asking questions or interacting with the kids after the event. That's all great. We are actually going to be having a video made after the end of this event, and we would like to include snippets from all of the host sites. So if you take pictures, again, make sure that you have permission of the students and the adults to share their image, and then please submit them to this folder. The link is right there. Submit to that folder no later than June 2nd, as the video will be started to be made on the weekend. So we hope to have a lot of pictures representing the different host sites, because this really is our board-wide project, regardless of how you're receiving the information, whether it's face-to-face or live stream. Again, when you're ready to go, when I have the exit survey done, I will throw the link into this task page, and then you can upload it to your Google, your iPads. So if some of you don't know how to do that, I've included instructions here on how to get a Google form to be right on the home screen of the iPad, so the kids don't have to keep looking for the link. They can just, once it's submitted, they can just restart another quick exit card for the parents. So that's the general breakdown, I think, of the tasks at hand that are facing us at each one of the host sites. So I hopefully have made it very organized with all the links and the general tasks. If I'm missing something, again, please let me know. So on May 31st, we do actually have the opportunity to work and learn with Chris Vollum for our students. And so this is going to be a little bit different because we are not paying for busing. So students are going to have the opportunity to be together in the host site communities. So that means all of the feeder schools in Geraldton, in Nipigon, in Terrace Bay, Marathon, and Manitouwadge. They will all congregate at the host site. But other schools, so if you're in Beardmore, if you are in Nakina, if you are in Red Rock, you will be viewing the presentation for the 6, 7, 8 students at your home school, and we will be sharing that link out to you at a later date as to how to access that. Okay, so you're going to want to think of a location that can host, your students around a whiteboard and with good speakers so they can participate in the presentation. So Chris will be giving a more student-centered lesson from 1:30 to 2:30. And then there'll be opportunities for the students to ask questions as well. So we are hopeful that everyone will attend those sessions. And of course, we want the students learning together. So joining all of our feeder schools together in the host communities is another way for the students to work and learn with each other and to support the future transitions they're going to have when they come to our secondary schools. So I think that is all the information you need. I don't want to make this too long. So if you have any questions, you can contact me. I'm Stacey Wollum in Superior Greenstone, or Carrie Desjardins at Superior North Catholic. So this is Chris Vollum, social media, how to be smart with social media, how to learn how to use it and navigate it and support our students in the platforms that they're using so they are good, positive 21st century digital learners. And again, the event is being held on May 31st, and we're going to have a student session from 1:30 to 2:30 that afternoon, with the parent session starting at 7 o'clock. We will have all of our host site doors open at 6:30. We'll play the welcome slideshow. There'll be late refreshments. And then from 7 to 8, he will speak. And then from 8 to 8:30, there will be questions from the audience. And please try to stress the importance of the parents and guardians filling out the exit card. So thank you for listening. And please feel free to contact either myself or Carrie if you have any questions.